This Jeep don't run, so we got to figure it out. The only clues I know is he sent me a picture. If I'm good, I'll put it right there. But he sent me a picture of the distributor, the drive gear, I guess you'd say, was just murdered. Honestly, I've never seen that. Probably cheap China one we know. And I think he's replaced it with a cheap China. And if I remember right, I think he said it drove. And he got it all timed, everything right. And then it just quit. So all I know is it don't run. And that's the symptoms he's told me. Sure, there's nothing to see here, but let's just make it obvious. No run. Kind of sounds funny in my opinion, but I'm gonna start simple and go down the simple stuff, and then we'll work our way up to what it could be. Honestly, I don't really know. So learn something every day. One stupid simple little trick, if you don't know how long it's gonna take to fix one, go ahead and put it on the battery charger, because you never know. Alright, so like I said, we're going to start stupid simple, keys on. And this is so funny. I told a guy this one time, and it honestly, it made him so mad he wouldn't even talk to me no more. He wanted me to fix his Jeep, and I told him to check the fuses, and he took it as a insult that I was making fun of him. But it's not. It's what I've told this story a million times. A guy was trying to get me to fix a Jeep over the phone, and he wouldn't listen to me. And I promise you, he spent nearly $1,000 and finally took my advice and checked the fuse. That's all it was. So what it is, keys on, and I'm not going to sit here and show you check every single one of these. But so what it is, the keys on, like I said, if you go down through here and just start checking fuses, they light the test light up. And you do it on both sides. Alright, pretty easy stuff there. But if you're in a hurry, not knowing no better, there's two fuses, or I think there's one or two, usually 15 amps, and I think they're their injector fuse and maybe O2 sensor, I don't remember, but they're controlled by probably the ASD relay. So like right now you can see it's nothing, but watch this. See how they come on with a computer? So if you was just being lazy, you just walk by these and be like, oh, they're good. So you could pull them out with needle nose, or you could do it this way. That was good. I don't know about this one. Alright, so both of them's good. We're going to move on from here. I did a short on this other day, so you may have seen it, but the ASD and the fuel pump are not going to sit here. The fuel pump's not, when you turn the key on, the fuel pump's not just going to sit there and run until you decide to crank it. So it'll use the crankshaft sensor. When it recognizes the motor spinning over, it'll be like, hey, we need fuel. So if you listen real carefully, and you can hold your hand on the fuel pump and the ASD, like this is 97, they do different stuff, but just listen. Fuel pump's on, everything clicks. So that should be good. I didn't check the big fuses, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Alright, they're all good. Next step, I'm gonna check fuel pressure. I don't think that's what it is, but I'm not gonna put it in the video. If it's bad, we'll go from there, but I just wanna check it to be sure. Fuel pressure was good. I kind of figured that. I was just staying simple. So got one of these things. They're like $2. Check it with a screwdriver. I'm gonna check coming out of the coil first, and then we'll see if it's. I got to thinking, what if the rotor button just broke? So I'm gonna check it coming out of the coil. I think this tool's broke, but maybe it'll still work. I need a new one. I think y'all can. Maybe you can see that. So we know it's firing to the distributor cap. Now is it firing out of the distributor cap? Maybe y'all can see. That's pretty crazy. It's firing and it's making fuel pressure. Huh. Alright. I guess we need to check timing. I wonder if it's even spraying fuel. I got a new tool. So they rent these from parts stores. This is O'Reilly's number, but it's called an oil light. And watch it right here. You can do it with a test light, but these are like 20 bucks, or you can just rent them and return them. But same thing. I don't feel like the injectors just went bad, but I might try starting fluid just to be for sure. I really don't like using starting fluid if I don't have to, but it does give you good answers. I always lay a rag on it to make sure it kind of slows the process down of getting the fuel. So it's firing. That's crazy. You'd think it would give like some kind of backfire or something. It's got to be out of time. Let's check the timing. All right, I'm trying to get it on TDC, and if you ever worked on Cherokees, trying to see this is basically impossible. So we're gonna have to learn other ways, but I will show you one little trick. It's worth laying under here and then finding the little mark right there, and then just make a mark just so you can see a visual. And I hope this ain't the case. I've only seen this one time, but if you notice, what the mark is on is actually connected with rubber. So I have seen the rubber slip on the hard part, whatever you want to call it, connected to the crankshaft, and that actually be wrong. So I don't know if that's the case yet. We will see. So now we're trying to get the TDC on number 1. There's multiple ways you can do it. I got a cool trick, but I'm not going to do it on this particular motor. If I do, I'll add it as a short video that I did, but I hope I do. I hope I don't forget. But got a compression gauge. You can use the compression gauge, or this is just an open one. So now we're just going to like lightly hold your thumb over it. Maybe y'all heard that. So that's on the upstroke of compression. Now you can roll it over and you can watch it right here, or you can get like a screwdriver. Don't break the screwdriver off in there. I've seen that. And I think I can actually get a visual on the marks, so I'm gonna try to use them. Probably if you had to, I'm gonna say removal of the electric fan would probably be the easiest way. But I think I'm gonna have to get under and spin it and check up here. When we were talking, y'all can't even see nothing. Seems like everything I do with 2 people would be so much nicer. You can see it, it's just barely. I think some of the other motors are even harder. Should be pretty spot on. And now I ain't even looked over there. It should be pointing towards the battery. One more bump. I tried to add a mark. If you look, see the orange right there? That's whatever that little Dumaflachi is right there. Usually it's pointed straight between the gap where it starts right there, but no camera's trying to focus. I'll see if I zoom. I've never used zoom on this. You can see it is not pointing, so I gotta pull it out, and there's 2 more things, so I don't think this is the immediate answer. Number 1 is, I hadn't took it out, but I was gonna say there's little holes, and I'll show you how to line the holes up. And then there's a that's obviously China. It's hard to heck to explain, but I've seen them. Let me take it out, I'll show you. They're casted wrong, they're cheap. It's honestly probably worth your time just to pull all the wires off and then make it easy on yourself, and you can plug them in later. What's crazy is he said it was running and then just died at the end of his driveway. I don't know. It won't run at all, but I have seen them run 180 out, so who knows? And then watch your dipstick, they're easy to break. While you're doing this, if you ever buy a compression checker, see the 4.0 plug, see how much is actually black? That's all the threads it used. So I bought this new one, and you see the threads ain't very long, so I actually had to add this adapter. So if you bought this, it won't even work in a 4.0. So now on the distributor, if you look on the bottom, there's a hole. So turn it around. If you see like the half moon part right here, if you look right beside it, there's a hole. That's the one that lines up with the 4.0. And they had a piece of plastic shoved through there. I've never seen that, but that'd be 4.0, and then that'd be 2.5 right there. So what I was gonna say, sometimes this is casted wrong. So cheap. And these forks right here, you actually have to cut them off and just put it wherever it actually lines up with the hole. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm gonna see if I can get it dropped down in the right spot. I'm glad I just told y'all that. So if I get the camera right, let's see. I guess it's dark, but just have to trust me, the holes are lined up. Well, you can see the little ridge right there. That's what the hole's in. Holes lined up. But let me zoom in, you can see that would probably run, but that's wrong. So I'll have to cut that off. So I'll have to cut that off and grind it off. And just like old school stuff, you'll just have to twist where it's straight in there. Just cheap stuff we deal with. So I'm gonna cut that off, and then should be it. What I done, just went over there, chopped it off there, smoothed it out. So now you drop it in, and then you just fine tune it till the hole lines up, and that's exactly how it should be done. I hope hack job's working. One guy likes calling me a hack job on all my stuff. It's not a hack job. I didn't build this crap. Just fixing their problem. So now ain't nothing really to see. Like I said, just line that hole up and then you twist it on around to wherever it lines up, clamp it down and put it back together. This is so crazy. The casting was wrong, how it phased up with everything else. Now I don't think the shaft and that, I don't think the gear and the shaft coming out the top are phased right, because it's usually supposed to be pointing right in here and it's pointing plumb over here. So I'm gonna see if it'll run, but I may have to end up just putting a used one in this thing and moving on. So, or we're making twist it around, get it to run. But let's just see what it does from here. That's wild. Cheap crap. That's all you can buy though. All right, got everything put back together. Just in case somebody did not know, if you look right on this intake, firing orders 153624. But if you've got the horseshoe intake, oh, you can't see it, but it's wrote right under there between that sensor and the throttle body. I don't remember where I heard it, but they always use the phrase 15's too young, 15's too young, 36 is too old, and 24 is just right. Kind of sucks because I'm pushing the 36 mark. Keys on. I haven't tried it. You see it's cold. If I got everything right, it should fire right up. I think. See, that distributor's not right. It's too far this way. It's out of reach of timing. Like, it'll probably run. I'm gonna say you can get it to run, but I'm just gonna adjust it to where it should be and then see what happens. In there, so I have to turn it that way, put it in reach. Not even gonna tap it down. It's weird. Oh, dead battery. I'm gonna try to put it back where it was, see what happens. That's the thing, people gonna call you out. What's right? Nothing's right. It won't. It's sitting there knocking, pinging, firing too early. Let me go get a used one, fix this right. As you can see, I went and got an old crusty, rusty used one. Probably, what, 30 years old? I'm gonna see if this works better. May have to delete this scene if I'm dead wrong. So like I said, let's see. I'm gonna put the camera straight down, give or take. You can see right now, I've got that thing where it should be, and it's pointing like way over here, way past that, way past there. So I think I'm right. It should be back over in here. That's like if you twisted this to get that right. Now you've got your cam to crank phasing way off. So like I said, remember it's about right there on this side of that, and let's see what the old one looks like. Or the used one. I wasn't even gonna get the camera back out, and this stuff is pretty much over my head, but I'll do the best to explain it. I noticed that roll pin lines up with the end of a gear. This one lines up in between a gear. And even if like the gears were cut a different length, like look at the angle, like that one's going to run into the back of that one, whereas this one's going to run in the middle. I don't know, that stuff's over my head, I just know it ain't right. I remember now I was a little bit wrong. So got the new one in. If I can zoom in again, that part lined straight up. Got the hole lined up, and I remember now it points on this side of there. So that right there is actually what would line up with number one, wherever it's at. So that one lines up much better. Hopefully that'll fix it. So even now I don't expect it to crank up and run perfect. I probably should reset the computer, but I don't want to be responsible for battery terminals. I'll see if it'll fire up by itself. I don't know why I won't idle, that's a different problem. For whatever reason, OBD2 Chrysler stuff with a weak battery won't idle. There we go. So what do you know? Used car for the win. I can tell this guy watches my stuff because his relay was busted off like I do. Either that or it fell apart. China. Wash my hands. Well, as you can see, we're driving down the road, so that obviously fixed it. And that's what I say, did the guy have it out 180? Yes. Would he have ever got this one to work right? No. That just sucks, and that's why I make these videos. Like, the stuff that I've learned over 20 years can't be taught in like 10 minutes, so it just, daily stuff will be like this. And that's basically my first video off of like a tripod, so if y'all like that kind of stuff, let me know. And until next time, that's all I got to say. Appreciate you watching.